Hey everyone, Radhe Radhe. My name is Arun Pasha, and today we'll be continuing our platform engineering course. And today we'll be learning about the platform engineering. What do we mean by platform engineering? Who are the platform engineers? Who are those people that are included in this particular team? And we'll try to get some grip over the IDPs as well. Like what do we mean by IDPs, internal developer platforms, and what is the history of platform engineering? Why do we need it at the first? Stage. Why do we need it? What's the need? What was the real requirement of the platform engineers? What was actually going wrong in the earlier stages of the whole development cycle? So platform engineering is an art of combining all the different tech and tools that are floating in the whole landscape. Whether it is about the infrastructure or the cloud native world, or about the different AI tools and many ML ops as well. Whatever tools that are actually floating in the whole landscape, it is a kind of a branch of engineering where we have to manage those particular tools and form a kind of a standardized way to be used by the developers team. Um, that's the history. Actually, earlier before DevOps, there used to be mainly two teams. It was the developers team and the other one was the operations team. And there wasn't much communication between both of these teams. That's why whenever there used to be a problem at the ops side, then they used to manage it in their way, and whenever there used to be a problem at the developers side, like for the SDs and the software developers, they used to handle it in their way. So there wasn't much communication, neither there used to exist much knowledge about both of these side. If a particular guy that is handling tasks at the developers side, at the software developers team, then they weren't having much information about the operations team. So to tackle this kind of a problem, the DevOps actually came into the existence, which was the developers operations. So developer operations, their main task was to manage both of these sides and kind of form a kind of a bridge to um, uh, reduce all these those problems that were actually having. The people who were from the developers team as well as from the operations team, they were the people who were involved in building up this DevOps team. But then the things started breaking up. A lot of things a lot of like the people who were involved in the development side, in the development of the application, there used to be different the teams for the managing of the database and the various other launches as well, like the release team and many other things as well. So they were using the same tools, like the like the function of those particular tools were same, but they were using different tools for different purposes, for the same purposes. Like for the infrastructure, one team was using, let's say, Terraform, and the other team was using Pluma, and the other one was using Crossplane. Although they have different functionalities, they have a major, like for the infrastructure as code for the IAC purpose, they have the same purpose, but they have different capabilities as well. So instead of throwing up the services for the different tools, and then if there was any particular kind of a problem that was actually being seen in the whole landscape, like your server crashed or your application isn't working anymore, then you will have to gather as much knowledge as it was possible, or the different tools that was actually being involved in developing of that particular feature. So instead of doing that, platform engineering team started building up a kind of a standardized way, kind of standardized medium through which you will be allowed to use only one team. There will be a lot of research and a lot of information gathering as well, so as to uh, reach out to a particular decision to use that particular tool only in our infrastructure. That's why these platform engineers actually acts as the service providers for the developers as well as for the DevOps team as well in the whole organization, at least at the day zero. Day two operations are a bit different, so we'll be covering them as well in the later videos. So yeah, it enables self-service for the developers, like it provides a platform for the developers so that they can use all these particular tools without the need of DevOps or any other mediocre or any other particular person in the whole process, in the whole process. So yeah, it's a self process kind of a thing, and also it's a platform as service. So the final customers of the platform engineers are the developers who are involved in the development of the whole application in your organization. So the main thing was to, they manage the developer relations as well, developer experience as well, and a lot of other things. So yeah, it is a kind of a platform as service thing, and it acts as the like the platform engineering acts as the top performing engineering organization to avoid the pitfalls that are included in the DevOps practices in the real time projects, and uh, the practices that I said, like any particular team that was working upon a particular feature, and the other team that was working on some other feature, they were having the same purposes of a particular task, but they were using different tools. And thus, if there was any particular kind of a troubleshooting needed, then they have to, call a particular person who was having the knowledge about that tool that was that was being used by the team B. And if the team A has any problem, then they have to call another person who's having all the knowledge about the tool that was being used by them. So yeah, it was a kind of a pitfall by the DevOps team as well at that time. So that's why IDPs came into the existence. IDPs are the end products of the platform engineering team. IDPs internal developer platform. It is a kind of a platform that is actually being built by the platform engineers, which holds all the tools that are actually being decided that the whole organization will be using. Like if it is about handling secrets, then like and the advisory uh, technical committee then can decide, or the platform engineering team can decide that they'll be using Helm secrets vault, HashiCorp vault. They'll be using HashiCorp vault for handling all their secrets. So yeah, and the various other purposes as well, like the HashiCorp vault would be used for managing the secrets. HashiCorp Terraform would be used for the infrastructure as code, and like the GitHub would be used for the handling up the whole history of the pushes to the repository as well. So it is these are some of the main key features about the platform engineering. What do we mean by platform engineers, and what was the history behind this whole launch of the platform engineering services? Right. And um, what are the benefits of IDPs? Like for the DevOps team, they started having more free time rather than reacting to the developers' requests and issues. Like the any particular request that has been given by the developer, like they want to set up Terraform at their service, at their local system, or at their system. So they will have the DevOps used to handle all those tasks. Instead of them, the platform would be enough to handle those tasks. Like the automation of all these particular things would be handled pretty easily without any much frictions as well. And the delivery setup is compliant and secure, a lot more secure than earlier with the higher standardization. Like you would be having a lot more standardization. That's why you will be having a lot more grip over your particular infrastructure, instead of falling into the trap of trying that particular service as well and that particular service as well. That would be a lot more difficult for the whole team. Instead of that, a particular standardized tool would be used, and the whole team will function in that manner. And for the DevOps, for the developer team, faster shipment would be seen, like the shipment of the particular software services, or the products would be a lot more faster as compared to the earlier stage. Also, the spin up times for the PRs, environments, the services and the resources would be a lot more faster when as compared to the earlier stages, or the not the stages but the earlier time. It will be a lot more fluid. It would be a lot more easy. Application infrastructure configures on their own. Thus it will decrease the headache of writing those many manifests and the configuration files. Thus it will avoid the whole the shadow operation of the senior level development, like the developers as well. So it will be a lot more easier, and thus in this way the platform engineers will become the head of the internal services as well. Like they'll be having and they'll be able to provide services to the whole, the environment, to all the developers or the people who are involved in any particular organization. At the day zero it will be a lot more easier, but at the later stage, in the day two, it will be a lot more complicated, and thus it has to be managed by better practices, like the good practices, best practices, which are possible at that moment at the level. And a lot more research has to be done in order to choose the services that has to be, used by the developers for your particular application, in order to bring a better success to the platform as well. The platform success is also a great huge thing at the moment in the whole landscape. That's why many events like the KubeCon and CloudCon and many other events have been focusing a lot more about the platform engineering thing and about the platform success and developer experience as well, IDPs, internal developer orchestrator as well, and many other things as well. Also, many people have been talking about, is the DevOps dead and is the platform engineers going to replace the DevOps? So the answer is yes, they will replace them. But the thing is, it isn't like replacing them. Like the DevOps and the software guys, those are the same people who will be included in the platform team, and they won't come like any particular education that has to be provided to them, any particular course or anything else. And they are the same people who are being transferred from the DevOps as well as from the software team onto the platform engineering team, like kind of a consultant who will be focusing upon building kind of a platform, and keeping in mind about the platform success as well, and developer experience and many other factors as well. So they doesn't have any threat to their job at the moment. So yeah, that was all about the internal developer platform and about the platform engineers and platform engineering. Later in the next video, we'll be discussing about the IDPs in a little more detail, like what are particular requirements or the things that has to be kept in mind before building up the whole platform of your services. So that would be a lot more in a lot deeper details. So yeah, that's, and keep updated to my channel. So yeah, thanks. Bye.